What's going on, everyone? It's UpDog here, and today we have my third installment of the new player guide with the help of Donnie. Big shout out to him for helping me out with doing recordings with me and giving me notes and all that. So let's get into that. But first, before we do that, if you are a new player and have not joined my brand new Discord, the link will be down here below. You can join and we can give you all sorts of information, any questions that you have. I also have all my infographics there, my videos, so make sure you go join the Discord and you can get access to all that information. So let's get into the video though. This is going to be covering day 5 through 10 of a brand new account, and on day 5, Donnie was able to unlock War here, which is very exciting to get a brand new game mode unlocked. So we're going to go over what him and I kind of talked about with regards to that, and then we'll kind of keep on going through the rest of the days here. So basically, if you don't know what War is, Alliance War is the long name. We just call it War. But basically, it's one alliance versus your alliance, and you have to set 10 rooms for defense, and along with everybody else in your alliance, and then you attack the alliance's defense. Each person sets their defense, and whoever clears the rooms more efficiently basically wins. If you and I guess efficiency and also just number of rooms cleared. So if you clear more rooms than them, but do it not as efficiently, like let's say you take 2 or 3 attacks per room, but yet they clear, I don't know, let's just throw for an example, let's say they clear only 3/4 of the rooms that you guys cleared, but they did it in a more efficient way, then they would win, unfortunately. And there are different room bonuses, which I will go over here real quick. Kind of a general overall. So this was recorded before the current, what we have right now as of the release of this video, what we have for buffs for rooms and things like that. But that's okay. Most of the room, like the actual rooms themselves don't change. It's just mostly like teams get buffs and maybe like a global rule or something. But so basically how it works is the top row is always going to have a flight deck. They're going to be always going to be the flight decks, rather. 1, 2, and 3. And then the rest of the room layouts is going to be up to your alliance. Now, each room does something a little bit differently. So engineering gives defense up to your defense, the defense in that room plus the adjacent rooms. So for this layout, it'd be giving defense up to security, to flight deck 1, and to barracks. Security is on the flip side of that coin. It's going to give defense down to the defensive teams in this room. Or no, I'm sorry. The offense, it's supposed to be the offensive teams. Right now there's a little bit of a bug. If you want to know about that, go check out my video on war updates and bug updates and things like that. Just like last week I did that. So security will put defense down on the attacking team. So your team shouldn't be getting the defense down, even though that's how it's happening right now. And it also puts defense down on the attacking teams, for this example anyway, to adjacent rooms. So engineering, medbay, hangar, and flight deck 2. So all of those attacking teams, until this security room gets fully cleared out, that will happen to those attacking teams. So that one, engineering is okay. I think security is pretty powerful. You want to put that in a strategic place. So for hangar, all of the defensive teams that you have will get barrier, like 15% barrier or something like that. So it's okay. Not a great room, like not a super important room, but you know, every little bit helps, especially when you're a little bit lower level in war. So, and that is also adjacent rooms. So like flight deck 3, security reactor, those would be the rooms that are getting that extra barrier in this setup here. Barracks, it gives, let's see, it gives offense up to, I believe that's adjacent right now. And so right now that would give offense up to the defending teams, of course. So that would be in engineering, medbay, bridge, and then obviously barracks. And like I said, if you clear these rooms, then those effects go away. If you fully clear out the whole room, the effects go away. Medbay, as the name suggests, I believe it's a global buff. You can see all the rules when you click into the room. It'll be on the top left-hand corner of the screen. Or maybe it's the right-hand corner. You have to click a little info button. One of the two. But like I said, medbay, as it suggests, it gives regeneration to all of the defending allies. So, and I think that's a global room. That's a global room, so that's going to apply to all the rooms until this is taken out. Reactor. So this one actually puts disrupt on the attacking team that's going into your defense. That one is also bugged, like I said, so go check out that video if you're interested in that. It's pretty bad right now to have your defense also get that disrupt. All right, and then for bridge, the defensive team actually gets, it's kind of cool, it gets a random 10 different random positive effects on each defensive team. So there's a list of them. It'll say what they are in the top of that screen like I was talking about. So that's, I kind of like that. I like that room, or like that rules anyway. The armory gives extra stats to adjacent rooms. So in this case, it would be medbay, bridge, cargo. So I think it's like 10% maybe stats on the adjacent rooms. So not something to sneeze at. And then cargo bay, I think, gives 20%, and that's a global room. So that gives 20% to every room here. 20% stats. So that's definitely a big room to go after if you see it when you're in a live war. So, and then also each room has a number of points. If you full clear the room, you get extra bonus points. So most rooms are going to be 10,000 points, as you can see here. Reactor is going to be 15,000. Bridge is 40,000. And yeah, everything else is 10,000. So even though cargo, in my opinion, is probably one of the better, bigger rooms you want to clear as early as you can, bridge is also worth 4 times as much as one of the other 10,000 point rooms. So, and then reactor's 15,000. So those are kind of the bigger point rooms, obviously, but you also want to try to clear out some of the rooms that are giving extra benefits like security, cargo, armory, things like that. Now, when you go to set your defense, this is how it looks right now, or at least when you first start. You'll have these shield teams in here. Now, he doesn't have a big enough roster to really worry about putting in any defensive teams, because his teams are all pretty small, so he would rather, or maybe you need to work it out with your alliance leader, but in this case, they felt that just having everything available, every character available for offense was the way to go for them. So that's definitely a common strategy, and one that either way works. You could put some defense to maybe stall them a little bit, but depending on the alliance too, like if you, like Donnie here, he's kind of being carried in raids, so now he's going to be carried a little bit in war as well. But the way I lead my alliance, or have led my alliance for the last 3.5, almost 4 years, is I don't mind sometimes taking in a smaller TCP account. We just have to kind of work through that, and I feel that it builds loyalty because you took a chance on them, and maybe they'll stay more loyal to you down the road. So at least that's what's happened in my experience anyway, being a leader for so long. So So then they are Platinum 3 in War, and he was just showing the rewards are really great. If, like I said, if you can find an alliance that'll take you at this level, the rewards are just huge for a new account. You get the at the time this was Kahori and Miss Marvel Classic. They've updated the War rewards, which I love that they've been keeping up on that. So getting extra shards of new characters is amazing. More gold, blue ISO, which will be something that will be a bottleneck, possibly, for a new player. So, yeah, he was just showing that these rewards were a great thing for new players. And then the war credits, too. And now the War Store, it's really jam-packed full of really good characters. I think I am gonna make a guide once we get probably past this video. I might make a guide of like brand new players, what do they need to farm once you hit certain level. I might do a graphic on it just to make it a little bit more accessible to more people so they don't have to sit through a long video like this. But I do enjoy giving tips and stuff in videos like this. So yeah, definitely a lot of character shards to be had in the War Store. So he's been buying Iron Patriot and North Star because he knows he's going to need those for Crucible and raids. And he's already unlocked these characters, which is great. He does only get enough credits to maybe do like 1 or 2 purchases per day. So that's something you gotta keep an eye on in the War Store. And then, of course, with the Elite credits, recently they just added Awakened abilities with these Elite credits here. I would personally recommend to hold off on making any purchases with those until you kind of get some of your characters built up to higher stars. And then the orbs that they have here in the background, I would probably hold off on, not making any of those purchases either. They're not great orbs. You'll get plenty of orbs from raids. Now I touched on this a little bit in the last video, the days 2 through 4 video. So I'll put the link below for that. But he got the second strike milestone actually on day 5. So this recording that we took was after he had done days like 2 through 10, I believe it was. So he was already on day 10 when we recorded this. But he did unlock this on day 5, and it's a really great milestone. It's got mercenary characters in there. The first one had Spider Society characters. This one has mercenary characters. Obviously, since Old Man Logan is a legendary, he's not in this milestone, but pretty much all the other mercenaries are in here. He's getting red stars, he's getting silver promotion credits, he's getting Elite 4s. All great things the new players need. These milestones are a really great improvement to how it used to be before the devs updated everything like about almost a year ago now. So, and you get more Jarvis orbs in that milestone as well. So it'll help build up your star levels on some of those characters that you need. So I don't think it's a bad thing. It's kind of a bad thing for veteran players to get those orbs, but for new players, I think it's a decent orb. There's the other like showcase event here, this Loose Threads, that he was really excited about. Give him a lot of good resources. So I think I talked about that in the other video, but yeah, make sure you pay attention to some of the showcase events or anything in the event screen you want to make sure you pay attention to. If you can get into it, definitely get in there and collect some of those rewards. So another cool thing to note is when he hit level 46, he unlocked the Strike Pass. Not the Strike Pass, the Battle Pass. The Strike Pass comes sooner, and then the Battle Pass comes at level 46. Now, with the Strike Pass, depending on what level you are, you will get upgraded to like Strike Pass 2, Strike Pass 3. It's just basically more rewards that fit your level are more applicable to your level. So like Strike Pass 1 right now, the blue gear, I'm sure he's getting purple gear in there as well. That applies more to what he needs right now, and then as he levels up, he'll get Strike Pass 2, which will have probably orange gear, maybe a little teal gear, and then the Strike Pass 3, which is what endgame players have or veteran players have, that will have like teal gear and red gear. So I do like that they have those types of passes for the different levels of players. I think that's a great thing that they've done. But he did, let's see. So here's the battle pass that he unlocked. And it's kind of similar to the Strike Pass, but it does have different things. Like the Strike Pass has a lot more gold in it, and the Battle Pass has more training mats. Now, the Strike Pass is based on your daily objectives. If you clear all those daily objectives every day, you should max out that Battle Pass, or the Strike Pass rather, over the course of the 2-week period that it lasts. So make sure you don't forget to claim those daily objectives, and then the Battle Pass is more related to doing matches in Crucible, in War, or in Arena. So what I try to do anyway is max out if you click on this objectives tab, let's see if he does it here. Yeah, here we go. So my goodness, he goes fast. Okay. So if you clear out these daily milestone points here, and you do that for like 7 days straight, you should be close to maxing out this pass. It's really easy to do if you can do your arena, or even Blitz too counts as points. You don't get as much, but yeah, maxing that out early definitely pays off, so then you don't have to worry about it later. You can do RTA as well. So, like I said, Crucible and War are these like weekly milestones for this as well. So, those give you the big amount of progress. But if you do it daily, you also feel like you get some good progress too. And then one other thing that I wanted to bring up was about new player codes or promo codes, things like that. Right now, Marvel Strike Force is doing QR codes that give little gifts out for like the next, I don't know, I think there's probably 4 or 5 more days, something like that, left for that. But there is a website that I will link down below in the description that lists all the promo codes. Some of them don't end up working. Donnie tried one here. They do expire after so long, so I think it's worth it to get free stuff like that. So definitely worth a try. Go check out that website that I'm going to put down in the description for you. Now, also in Day 5, he unlocked the ability to go after the legendary Shuri, legendary in the legendary events or legendary section. So he got that, and then Day 6 he also unlocked Invisible Woman, but there's nothing else notable really that happened on Day 6. At that point, he's level 48, and then level 49 he unlocked the login streak, which will allow you to do sim battles in raids, and Blitz Sim was different now. Not Blitz Sim, but definitely simming in raids is a big thing with this streak. And then also you automatically get like a section of the daily objectives like already just completed. You don't even have to do some of those things. So the streak is nice. Definitely especially for the Blitz, or not, why do I keep saying Blitz Sim? The raid sim. So this is, oh my gosh. So this is the streak milestone that he's talking about, or that I'm talking about, that he's showing me. And yeah, you just get extra rewards. You get character shards, in this case anyway. Emma's been in there for quite a while at this point. I hope they update her. But yeah, you get T4s, you get all sorts of stuff in there. So make sure you clear that daily as well. And then on Day 8, he got to level 50. He unlocked Alliance Gifts, which used to be called Alliance Donations. So if you ever hear that term, that's what that is referring to. So Alliance Gifts, basically, you just donate 1,000 gold, and we'll see. I think he opens it up here, yeah. So if you donate gift 1,000 gold, then if your whole alliance does it, you can get these first 3 boxes, and they have Stark Tech credits, or maybe, I don't remember what the actual name is called for them. We'll just call them Stark Tech credits, and he's going to pull that up here in a minute. Those gray credits there. Right now we're getting some awakened abilities for Shadow King, and here's what Stark Tech is all about. So these credits here, these gray ones right up here in the corner, they're going to allow you to purchase basically little mini stat upgrades for a certain trait of characters. So you have Tech, Bio, Mystic, Skill, and Mutant, and each stat category, so we got Health, Damage, Armor, Focus, and Resistance. You can boost that ever so slightly for all the characters in your roster under Tech or Bio or whatever. And so you want to keep on top of this until you max it out, because it does make a difference. I would recommend probably doing Health first on all of your characters, and then maybe Damage. Probably Damage would be the second one I would recommend. So Damage on all your characters. And then as far as like, where do I start first? I would probably, I mean, there's a lot of great Mystic characters in the game, so maybe Mystic. Maybe you're really big into Mutants. Maybe Mutants. Maybe Skill for the Spider Society team that you should have gotten by now. At this point, that would help them out. So yeah, that's how Stark Tech works. Pretty cool thing that they have. It's been around a long time, but eventually you'll just max it out, and then you'll just kind of start building up these gray credits here. You can use them in the War Store to buy a few things, but it's, for an endgame player, it's basically a dead currency, unfortunately. So, and then also on day 8, he unlocked the Shadow King trial. So he was able to do, I believe, difficulty 2. You think he's going to show it here in just a second. Yep. Difficulty 2 up here. And he got almost all the way. You do need mercenaries, so I think that's why he's getting those mercenaries in the second strike milestone. He just doesn't have them leveled up. He doesn't have the training mats. Training mats is a big bottleneck in the game, so he got as far as he could on that. Which looks like he didn't get any shards at all, hardly, for Shadow King. But, you know, you'll eventually get there. Get your characters built up. Be able to do the higher difficulties. You'll be able to at least unlock him. And I guess one other thing to note is the traits for the Shadow King trials gets a little bit more narrow the higher the difficulty go up. So I think if it's like over difficulty 10, I believe, then the traits get a little bit more narrow. So just kind of be paying attention to those, kind of planning for the future if you want to do these trials or scourges type legendary unlocks. So also on day 8, he unlocked the month-long events that we have in the game. You'll get character shards, get more rewards, things for that. Just basically, if you clear one of the weekly events and there's usually like a big item that you can get that will give you a bunch of points towards the month-long event, then that's how that kind of works, that month-long thing works. And he also unlocked Jubilee legendary event on day 8. Day 9, he didn't really have anything that he unlocked. And then day 10, which he got up to level 52, he unlocked Omega Red legendary. So kind of starting to slow down a little bit on as far as like leveling goes. Usually about 1 level a day, and this is kind of where we're going to start or stop from day to day, my coverage from day to day, and going to like major level milestones. So be on the lookout for that video in the future. I'm trying to kind of space these out a little bit, but hopefully they're helpful for you. And until next time, make sure you spend those resources wisely, and we will see you around.